Hi, this is Ogres, and this will be my last video I'm going to record for the day. This is the WWF Raw's War episode review from March 26, 2001. The last, the Go Home Raw for Wrestlemania X7 or 17, which is also the Simulcast episode involving the last Nitro from the same date. This Raw took place from Cleveland, Ohio, and the Final Nitro took place in Panama City Beach, Florida, I believe. Yeah, I'll do a video review on that most likely tomorrow because I'm really tired now. I'll just do a recap of it. I'll check the results because I've already watched it before, so there's no point going back and watching it again. Yeah. I remember most of that episode, but I'll do the Raw's War episode for this video. Oh, hold on a second. Okay, and I watched just. I watched this Raw's War episode from March 2001. I watched this on the WWE Network just a few hours ago. The opening segment is Miss McMahon announces the purchase of WCW. Then there's a promo by Kurt Angle wanting a WrestleMania opponent, and Benoit comes out, and then they have a discussion, if you want to call it that, and then Kurt Angle takes it as Benoit challenging him to a match at WrestleMania 17, which he accepts. Then there's a segment backstage. Mr. McMahon discusses WWE and WCW telecasts. At the time, it was WWF. Then there's an interview backstage. Michael Cole attempts to interview Deborah, but she says not right now. Hold on. Okay. Got a real bad acid problem. Yeah, I'm gonna get something for that next week. But yeah, until now, there we go. I think I'm better now. Until then, yeah, I gotta survive for the rest of the month. Where was I? Oh yeah, first match on this Raw's War leading into WrestleMania 17. Is Taz versus Val Venus. It's a lumberjack match, and Taz won by pinfall using a move to win that is not done often, a Northern Light suplex. I think that's the first time I've ever seen that move win a match in its entire history that I can remember. I think that's only happened a couple more times, but I don't think it happened in WWE, but if I remember correctly. But yeah, I'll look it up online and see if I'm right. Sorry. Then there's a promo segment backstage. Miss McMahon wishes William Regal luck in his match, I guess, for tonight. Then there's a promo in ring. William Regal vows to defeat Chris Jericho. Then match number 2 on the show is William Regal versus Molly Holly. He wants to challenge any member of the Holly family. You would think it would have been Crash Holly, who was a light heavyweight champion at the time. Hardcore Holly wasn't even there. It could have been him. But no, William Regal is such a prick bastard that he goes for Molly Holly, and he beats her by submission quite easily. And then the Doink, the clown character that was in the crowd earlier, is in the ring. He has the mannerisms of Chris Jericho. I wonder who that guy is. And he puts the walls of Jericho. That's what the commentary team is saying. In the Boston Crab. And then after a minute or whatever it is, William Regal's tapping out. The referees come in to break it up. I mean, it's kind of obvious as Jericho, but at the time you wouldn't know. And then he takes off the thing that's covering his hair, like the mask or whatever it is. And he's wearing the paint still, but he's got long blonde hair, so you could tell it's Chris Jericho now. This just adds to their IC title match at WrestleMania 17. Adds further tension. I will get into that. I believe this is the first one-on-one IC Championship match since WrestleMania 14 that's been promoted. Because the last two, it's been multi-person matches, mostly for the IC title, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Yeah, but I think the IC title, it was okay at this WrestleMania. But anyway, I'll do a video on which IC title matches I think were the best in WrestleMania history. I mean, my first WrestleMania was the one in 2000 as a fan. Technically, I guess WrestleMania 15 because I started to watch wrestling that year. But I didn't fully watch that WrestleMania. But so WrestleMania 2000 was my first. So I saw 2 WrestleManias during the Attitude Era. But I have watched the ones from the beginning of the Attitude Era before that. But anyway, back to this. Oh yeah, there's a segment backstage. Mr. McMahon tells a story about Goldust, about him wanting to have breast implants many years ago when he was Goldust, and then he stares at Trish Stratus's breasts and saying how psycho. You gotta watch it to believe it. I mean, at this time, again, it wasn't a PG product. The pay-per-views, even Raw's War, was not a PG at the time. And there you go. I mean, it was the Attitude Era at this point, so... And believe me, I'm not going to go into breast discussion about breasts because I'm an adult now. But anyway, back to this. Where was I? Oh yeah, interview backstage. There's another interview backstage. William Regal puts Chris Jericho in a match with Big Show later in the night, I believe. Let's see my notes. Oh yeah, the co-main event against the Big Show. I don't know. Adult videos allowed on YouTube. I need to look into that before I make a comment about that. But I did say breasts, so... I mean... I'm pretty sure there's a restriction mode if you don't want to listen to this sort of thing, so... Just put a restriction mode on if you don't want to watch this video. Because this is not intended for kids, what I'm doing in this video, what I'm talking about in this video right now. But I'll keep it... keep it to TV 14, but without the violent stuff. Let's see. What else? Where was I? Oh yeah. Then there's a segment backstage. Kurt Angle meets Rhino, who is a friend of Edge and Christian. It's really funny, this segment. You need to go back and watch it. Or I can recap it. Let's see. No, it's funnier if you go back and watch it. Then there's an interview backstage. I mean, I can make it sound funny as well, but you need to go back and watch it. There's an interview backstage. Jonathan Coachman attempts to interview Deborah. She also says now's not the right time, or whatever she said. Then there's a segment backstage. Mr. McMahon prepares for his WCW address, and that's coming up next. There's a promo in the ring. Mr. McMahon boasts about acquiring WCW. This segment goes on for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then there it is. It continues. Shane McMahon reveals his purchase of WCW when he's in Panama City Beach, Florida, which is being simulcast at the same time, and it goes for several more minutes. I think this whole segment totals over 20 minutes, I believe. If you want to see this, just go on YouTube and search. What would I put? What would you put? Raw is War. Mr. McMahon acquires WCW, something like that. Go with that. Mr. McMahon, or you could do this. Type in Mr. McMahon, Shane McMahon segment from Raw is War 2001. That's another good one to put in. Then there's a segment backstage. Mr. McMahon is angry with Shane McMahon. He is very, very angry. He's yelling at the lawyers over the phone. He's smashing things. He's that pissed off about what Shane McMahon did. And then the third match on the show is Edge Christian. Not again. Give me a second. Okay. Edge and Christian and Kurt Angle versus the Hardy Boys and Chris Benoit. The Hardy Boys and Chris Benoit, they win. Oh my god. Something has to be done about this acid problem. My stomach. Anyway, don't worry about it. I'm fine, people. Okay. Hardy Boys and Chris Benoit. Okay, I'm good now. They're the winners by submission after Benoit made Christian submit to the crossface. Christian before this saved Kurt Angle from I think it was Kurt Angle. No, yes, so he saved him from tapping out to the crossface. Christian tried to get out of it, but Benoit applied it anyway, and then Christian tapped out. But Angle attacked him after the match. That was an awesome 6-man tag team match. Yeah. You need to go back and watch it, despite the person that is in it. Go back and watch it anyway. It's a great match. Then there's an interview backstage with the Brothers of Destruction with Michael Cole. That speaks for itself. And then the fourth match on the show is Tess versus X-Pac, however you say that. The special referee is Eddie Guerrero, who's really funny in this role in this match. X-Pac wins by pinfall after Guerrero helps him to win the match. He gets punched out by Tess at some point in the match, and then Albert comes in and hits his Baldo bomb, I think it's called, on Tess. And then Guerrero gets back in the ring. He puts X-Pac over Tess. The referee was new referee came in. I think it was Jimmy Corderas. Tries to count the 1, 2. And then Guerrero pulls him out when Tess has the pin, I think. Then they argue, and eventually, Guerrero counts the 1, 2, 3. I think that's how it went. Then there's an interview backstage. Michael Kolk attempts to interview Stone Cold. He asks the stupidest question I think he's ever asked. Stone Cold turns around. He just looks at him. He turns to walk away, and then he shakes his head. I had to watch it the second time to make sure he actually shaked his. Yeah, Michael Cole was a annoying prick at this time. No, not annoying prick. He was an annoying announcer at this time. He was better during the Ruthless Aggression era, but Attitude era, he really sucked as an announcer. Let's see. As a backstage announcer in particular. Anyway, back to this. There's a promo in the ring. Mick Foley makes the WrestleMania announcement. This makes Mr. McMahon come back out because he thought he fired Mick Foley back in December when he was the WWF commissioner. But Mick Foley turns the tables on him in a pre-recorded video that he makes Mr. McMahon watch from December 5th, 2000 when he came back. Mick Foley's with Linda McMahon, and he's talking about whatever he's talking about, and then they sign a bunch of documents. And then he was promoting his book In the Ring Before Foley Is Good, which I'm considering ordering next month. Actually, I've never read that book. I heard it's a good book. It was released in 2001. May 2001, so that's almost 20 years ago that book was released. I've already got his. So I'll go get it. Where is it? Here it is. I've got the copy of his original book. Mankind, Have a Nice Day. I bought this probably from Minotaur. That's the place I'm gonna get it. If they have the other book. I bought this ages ago. I think this is from And this doesn't have the WWF logo. This is when they changed it to WWE. If you can see it. But yeah, I paid $19.95 for this at the time. So I would have got this. So this edition is from 2010. So I probably bought this, I don't remember, I think it was 2013. Yeah, around 2013 or something like that. Or 2014. So yeah, I'm definitely going to get the Foley as a good autobiography book. I think he did another book after that. What was it? The Hardcore Diaries book around 2006. So I'll look into that and see if it's worth getting. But yeah, I'll get the other book and I'll review that. Maybe I'll do a review on this book. Let me know if you want me to do a review in the comments below. I have read that book already. So yeah, Mick Foley. Going back to that other thing, in the book that he held, there was I think a contract or something in there, a piece of paper. He says that I can be a special referee in a match of my choosing at WrestleMania. He wants Mr. McMahon to guess. Mr. McMahon, he says, "Oh, don't be sad," or whatever he says. Said, "You're gonna want to hear it. You're gonna be happy when you hear this," something like that. And he says it's the match. He's gonna be the guest referee in the Shane McMahon versus Vince McMahon, Mr. McMahon street fight at WrestleMania 17. And Mr. McMahon is shocked, and he just turns around and walks to the back. So this is probably his worst night in his whole life. That's what the commentators were saying. Or announcers, whatever you want to call them. Let's see. It was like, oh yeah. Then the fifth match on the show is Chris Jericho versus Big Show. But Big Show wins after pinfall after Regal interfered by attacking Jericho, and then Big Show hit a chokeslam and he got the 1-2-3. So then there was a promo backstage. The Rock asked about Stone Cold's locker room. There was the stagehand that he talked to was a new guy. Yeah, The Rock had mercy on him verbally, I guess. Yeah, then there was a promo. The Dudley Boys addressed the Spike's condition. I think they were in WWF New York or something when they did that. Yeah, and then there was a segment backstage. The Rock and Stone Cold discussed their match. This was literally just, I don't know, 15 or 20 minutes before the match started, I think. I think around 15 minutes, yeah, something like that. Then there's a promo. Then there's a commercial, Chef Boyardee commercial with the Hardy Boys. I think they've been playing this for months at this point. This probably goes back to the previous year, in the year 2000. But it's very interesting that they would play it before I met the main event, which is very, very interesting. And then the main event on this show, which is the sixth match on the show, the Brothers of Destruction versus The Rock and Stone Cold, Steve Austin. And I think this match, including the entrances, goes for about 10 minutes or less. Yeah, The Rock and Stone Cold, they are the winners by pinfall after Triple H hit The Undertaker with a steel chair in the back. As The Rock and Kane were fighting on the outside. And then Stone Cold covered The Undertaker for the pin for the 1-2-3. Which was very surprising. He was a babyface still at this point, so Triple H assisted Stone Cold in winning that match. So, and The Undertaker stared at Triple H as he was backing away. And then he got out of the ring and he just gave him that look as Triple H went to the back as he was pointing at him. And Undertaker went to the back. Kane disappeared somewhere. And then the Stone Cold has some beers in his hands. He was about to celebrate on the turnbuckle. He does that pose where he has beers. He does that thing with the beers. But The Rock, he turned around and The Rock gave him the Stone Cold Stunner, his version of it, and then he got a couple of beers, and Deborah was his wife, Stone Cold's wife Deborah, was in disbelief. He got some beers, opened one, or he put one next to Stone Cold's head. He opened the other one as he was leaving to toast him as he was holding the WWF title. That is how you end a Go Home Raw for WrestleMania 17. I don't know what the rating was, but I'm going to check it now, actually. No, is that right? I'm just having a look at. I'm having a look at it now. Just give me a second. I'm at the year 2000 when it comes to the ratings for Raw, as I think it is. There it is. A 4.7. Yeah. A 4.7 rating going into WrestleMania 17. I don't think the Raw this year is going to get anywhere 4.7 going into WrestleMania 37 for the 2 nights. I would have to look at the recent Raw ratings. Hold on. Okay, so I don't have it in front of me because I think it's very recent. But the Go Home show for Fastlane was actually 1.843 million viewers. This was on the March 15th, 2021 episode of Raw. I think that's not too bad. That's just under 2 million. But the Go Home show, I can't remember what it was for No Way Out, but I think it was over 4 million. This is barely 2 million. The Go Home show for WrestleMania 17 was almost 5 million viewers, and it was not on USA. It was on a different network at the time. It was still getting many viewers. Man, the Raw is in real trouble, and I think SmackDown's okay, but Raw and NXT, the ratings are not that good. Anyway, that's just what I think. I think Raw needs competition on Monday nights again, like it had back in the Monday Night Wars era. The question is, who's going to go against them? I don't think anyone is going to challenge them at this point. You know what? I think SmackDown. If SmackDown has competition, I'd be really interested in that to see what happens with that. But that's another issue for another time. Anyway, that was that review of the Raw is War episode from the Go Home show of Raw is War from March 26, 2001. Let me know what you thought about the video. Give my video a like, thumbs up, like, subscribe to my channel, and leave me a comment in the video before in the comment section below. Yeah, I think that's it. That's it for this episode of Raw. It took place in Cleveland, Ohio, I believe. I'm not sure which arena, but in Cleveland, Ohio. And the Final Nitro took place in Panama City Beach, Florida at that time. I will do a review on the Final Nitro, but that won't be until tomorrow because I'm really tired now. I'm going to watch the latest NXT episode, which probably aired... Just having a look at the dates. Okay, so it aired 2 days ago, but they just only put it on the network yesterday. So I'm definitely going to watch that before I go to sleep, and then tomorrow I am going to... What am I going to watch tomorrow? I haven't decided yet, but yeah, definitely I'm watching the latest NXT episode now, and tomorrow I'll decide what I'm gonna watch next. But yeah, I think that's all the stuff I needed to review. What did I say I was gonna do? Oh yeah, the Final Nitro. I'm gonna do a recap of that tomorrow. I'm not gonna watch it. I'm gonna probably watch a classic WCW pay-per-view and do a review on that. It's either gonna be Super Brawl Revenge, which I didn't finish watching, or it's gonna be Greed, which I have not. I've only watched it one time, and that was on the WWE Network. I didn't watch it when it aired back in 2001, so I may watch it again just to get a feel for it, so I can review it. So yeah, that's gonna be my. Yeah, I'm going to do a classic WCW pay-per-view review from 2001 soon. But yeah, that's it for this video. This has been Ogres. Peace out.